Lawyer Kenneth Okonkwo has just been interviewed earlier today, and he said some scary things in the interview, including that the African Democratic Congress is unrepentant. Unrepentant is my own expression of what he said, but a true reflection of what he said, that the ADC still keeps its presidential ticket open to anybody favored by the majority of the members of the convention of the ADC, African Democratic Congress. So, meaning that Atiku Abubakar, for whom the likes of Kenneth Okonkwo, Dele Momodu, and the rest of them are suspected to be working for, is still bent on contesting for the 2027 presidential election, spelling the doom that will befall the ADC. Because Lawyer Okonkwo said in that video that he cannot speak for Peter Obi because he does not know the opinions of Peter Obi on national issues. Unfortunately, the national issues were not mentioned. And so one would want to put this as a challenge to our news gatherers, the media houses and institutions, to raise critical national issues and hear out the opinions of the presidential aspirants, not only of the ADC. Well, but I agree with Kenneth Okonkwo that about the only opposition political party that is surviving now may be the ADC. The PDP is in total chaos and disarray. That cannot be denied by anybody. As for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, nobody needs to interview him on his opinions or positions on national issues. We have seen what he represents: total corruption, epitomized in the declaration that the non-existent fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, and the claim to be transferring funds to indigent households rather than funding education and making Nigerians to enjoy electricity. So his own position, then of course, he has continued the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, perpetuating herdsmen terrorism. And because of his economic policies leading to worsening mass abject poverty, armed banditry has continued alongside terrorist activities. So Tinubu has nothing to offer. He's not ready to address any of the problems that he inherited: war against Boko Haram Muslim community, herdsmen terrorism, corruption. Is perpetuating the three of them. in case of corruption, certainly worse than ever before. To say fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone. And even when workers ask for emoluments, you say you will create loan for them. Even as you yourself seek Nigeria in loans, despite all subsidies being gone. So nobody needs to interview Tinubu. But the likes of Peter Obi, going by what Kenneth Okonkwo said, that cannot be denied, that he doesn't know Peter Obi's opinions on Nigeria's national issues. Well, that's quite interesting, and I hope that our media people will take note of that and begin to sound out Peter Obi. As for Kenneth Okonkwo, he's already biased. Saying that the presidential ticket of the ADC is open to North and South. And nobody is fooled that it's like are working for Atiku Abubakar. There is no doubt to that effect, because we don't know any other Northerner that is as desperate as Atiku Abubakar, who has been desperate to be Nigeria's president since 2007 and still active and bent on becoming Nigeria's president, no matter whose source is God, in 2027. So, of course, he tried again in 2023 and failed. And as Rufai Oseni is saying in a video, and I agree with him, that Atiku is heading ADC to where he headed the PDP in 2023, leading to Peter Obi breaking with them and dividing the votes that Peter Obi and he himself, Atiku, will have garnered for the PDP. And I have said that even if Peter Obi agrees to support the presidential election of Atiku Abubakar, many of his followers would rather not vote. Certainly not. Because are you talking of Atiku's age? Are you talking of his coming from the north, where Muhammadu Buhari had just finished 8 years as Nigeria's president? So his sense of injustice, granted, and even his utterance, his opinion on the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. He said he urged President Olusegun Obasanjo to take up arms against the community. Although Obasanjo refused, he lied that Obasanjo took up arms against the government, and there's no evidence of that anywhere, neither in our experience nor in any publication that Atiku can point to. So, and that is the person Kenneth Okonkwo is vouching for. Well, but I understand. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. Kenneth Okonkwo, Dele Momodu, and the rest of them saying that the ticket should be open for contest. We know where they are going. And Atiku is unrepentant. He is as desperate as any. So, Nigerians should learn that whenever anybody is too desperate for something, they should not give it to him. Take the example of Muhammadu Buhari, even weeping in 2011 when he lost the presidential election. And then, as God will have it, he got it in 2015. 2015 to 2023, 8 years, what did Buhari do? worsen the situation security-wise and economically. And now Tinubu, oh my God, I hope it's not correct that President Tinubu is going to increase fuel price by 5% in October. What does it mean? What is the fuel price? Fuel price is one amount today, is another amount tomorrow, and either way, in the neighborhood of 1,000 naira per liter, because fuel subsidy is gone. So is it now that fuel subsidy is not gone again, or President Tinubu has consulted the oracle that told him that something will happen that will make fuel price to increase? Oh my God. So anyway, if we take nothing away from the interview Kenneth Okonkwo granted the channel's television, we take it away that Atiku Abubakar and the supporters are unrepentant on the presidential aspiration of Atiku Abubakar. But it's clear, if they give it to Atiku Abubakar, the opposition is going the way of 2023. There's no doubt about that. It's a clear case, because Atiku has nothing to recommend him, nothing at all, whether because he comes from the north, or because of his age, or even because of his entrance that he was looking for power to fight the Boko Haram Muslim community. Anybody who would do that has already failed. Buhari thought he needed only 6 weeks to defeat Boko Haram. He spent 8 years unable to do so. Earlier, Jonathan, Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan, asked Nigerians to give him 6 months. He will defeat Boko Haram. He failed. Nobody will defeat Boko Haram through armament, as said by the oracle Ifa. You need to negotiate for peace if you want Nigeria's peace. And then, of course, Tinubu is not stopping herdsmen terrorism. Atiku, who will continue the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, will not stop herdsmen terrorism. But we have not heard from Peter Obi. But as I've said, any ruler who will talk about fuel subsidy in Nigerian context should be stoned to death. If only because that policy is killing too many Nigerians now under this heartless President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Heartless. Fuel subsidy is gone. Other subsidies are gone. So, well, there's the unfortunate latest as of today that ADC owners, because if you say Atiku Abubakar is not the owner of the ADC, you are fooling yourself, have not repented, or the owner, the landlord of the ADC, Atiku Abubakar, of course, he said it last week or so that he wants to become Nigeria's president by all means because he is the only person who can fix Nigeria. And I say, so even if you die, Nigeria will die. So that's the type of mentality Kenneth Okonkwo is drumming support for. But as I said, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. As long as Atiku Abubakar is fulfilling his obligation to the piper will continue to beat the drum to his tune. But for the rest of Nigerians, PDP is inviting Peter Obi, and if PDP is stable and in good standing with the Independent National Electoral Commission, even if he will divide the votes of the ADC, let him do so. Well-meaning Nigerians will side with them. Because one thing I see, despite the crisis of the PDP, there are some people really committed to the cause of the party. And I believe that those who ruled Nigeria in the ADC, in the PDP yesterday and misruled might have learned some lessons that will guide against making the same mistakes. For instance, the Atiku Abubakar, who said he urged Olusegun Obasanjo to take up arms against the Boko Haram Muslim community, is now out of the PDP. Let Peter Obi stake it. Take PDP. But going with ADC, we make him to lose too many of his supporters who may not even vote, because voting for Atiku Abubakar, what's the difference between the desperation of Atiku Abubakar and the desperation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What's the difference? So